I could talk to you for hours and hours and hours. This is amazing. Your expertise in this and the valuable information you're giving us is amazing. And social media, the thing about it is, the reason it's so important and so amazing is it's replacing the normal way of doing things so much. 20, 30 years ago, it was all about just your resume and business cards and all
Correct.
that. And now it's,
all about-
like your resume, to me now, your resume is your LinkedIn, your Insta, your YouTube, if you have one, all these channels. If I'm going to hire someone, I'll be looking at all that. Obviously I look at your paper resume as well, and, but I'll be looking at all the content you've created and what kind of, because that'll tell me a much better story about you than the 2 pieces of paper.
Absolutely.
So social media is so important and valuable right now. It's unreal.
Yeah.
But okay, so now coming back, now that we've defined these 4 major channels and kind of their characteristics, if you will, I'm a startup. I'm trying to do this. I showed you my app before we started this podcast. What channel would I use for what? I'm guessing, obviously, and let's say I'm targeting Gen Z. I think a lot depends what you're targeting. So Gen Z, so obviously Insta, and then LinkedIn.
So before I answer that question,
So I'm talking now in terms of a company. I'm a company. I'm not an individual anymore.
Got it.
This company.
just tell
should
me
the
what
company
is
do?
your CTA? Like, what do you exactly want out of this product?
CTA being
How do I put it? I forgot the CTA would be exactly what is the outcome that you want from this. Like if I'm putting a
more end users in my case.
end users. So you want people to come on to your platform. Do you want them to pay, or do you want them to just use it for free?
Use it for free. It's an
Beta
app.
test.
It's an app, so it within the app there's sort of monetization options, whatever. When we launch in the beginning, there won't even be any monetization. We'll put in the monetization a little bit after user growth and user behavior also, and what kind of feedback they give. But to keep it simple, I want as many end users. I want them to come, install the app, create an account, and start using the app.
Okay. So have you ever saw a Facebook ad, how it runs? Like what are the options that Facebook ad gives you? Like if you want to promote something, what are the options that they give you? The biggest option out there is awareness.
Okay.
Then there is sales. Then there is other stuffs as well. But awareness is one of the biggest thing, and it will give you the cost per click wise CPC high. As in, let's say you are spending 1,000 rupees. So you might get almost 4x, 5x or 4,000, 5,000 views. Okay. So that is awareness. But if you want sales, the number will go down because now you want sales.
So if I was selling a product, then it wouldn't be a good choice.
No. It will be a good choice because now what Facebook does is very cleverly it understands that you are making a sale. So what they will do is that they will increase the cost per click.
Okay.
So the cost per click determines how many users you will be getting out, end users, how many you will be getting out of it. So let's say at 1,000 rupees that you're spending, you're getting 5,000 end users, but they are not doing anything. They're just coming to your website, looking into it, and then disappearing. Facebook notices that. Okay. Multiple things that Facebook does. Okay. They notice that they are just coming to your website, and that is okay. But you're still happy with it because you're still running the awareness campaign.
But the problem with Facebook is it may not target the audience I'm after, right? Because as we discussed earlier,
I'll tell you, you can basically customize a Facebook ad.
Okay.
You can decide what location you want your ad to run, what kind of people. So you can give the age group as well. What kind of gender. That is also possible.
But it's only the Facebook users are going to see the ad, right?
Yeah.
They may click it and go to my website.
Yeah.
But if only old people are seeing it, then...
No, you have that age group, na? Age group is there. So you have 20 to 30, 30 to 40.
20 to 30, not so many 20 to 30s are on Facebook, right? That's the
There
problem.
are. Okay. You are looking into 1 billion people actually.
Right, yeah.
There are 1 billion Facebook users. So just imagine the kind of 20 to 30 people are there.
But it may... Okay, fine. Yeah. But comparative to maybe something else like Insta, I think if I'm going after 20 to 30, as a company, I would go for Insta rather than Facebook. Or is that not the case?
It depends on the product that you're selling.
Okay.
If your product is more like... we want a clear distinction between the two platforms, but there is hardly any, to be honest,
Really?
because they're running after the same kind of companies building them.
Yeah, it's the parent company is the same.
The parent company is same, so pretty much they are very much similar. Yes, the distinction comes from the metro and the non-metro city. So the users might be different, but the age group you can target the same. Like it's not.
Can
less.
I target the location also?
Yes,
So,
yes.
Yeah.
You
so
can
I
target Mumbai. You can sub niche down to, let's say, Navi Mumbai or Thane.
Thane.
That is also there.
I see.
And then age wise, gender wise, you want people to look your ad at night, you can do that.
Okay. Nice.
So
Wow.
if in the daytime you want it, you can do that. I'll tell you all what other distinction is there. Let's say if you want to target a particular hobby, they are into book reading. Those people who are into book reading. So Facebook, what they will do is they will look into all the pages that they have clicked. So if they are more into pages of, let's say, Harry Potter or let's say Lord of the Rings kind of a book. Okay.
Yeah.
So they will basically think that this person is more into books. So you wanted someone with a hobby of book reading,
Right.
then they will target that person. So
Okay.
that customization is also possible.
Wow. So what you were saying, I think Facebook and Insta is interchangeable for a company almost.
Yes.
Or is there any advantage that, like, let's say I had only money to go one platform, which one would I choose?
Facebook.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Not Insta.
Not Insta. See, I'll tell you why, because it's very hard for people to leave Insta and come to your platform or so your website. But Facebook in total is a good website, and it will basically, end of the day, what you want is users, beta users. That can come from anywhere. That you're okay with it.
Okay.
If you're okay with it, why are you going for only the Insta kind of people or the metro people? To be honest, what we have noticed is the metro kind of people are never loyal to anyone. They will look into it
Yes.
and they will leave it. Okay.
Yes.
If you make a small change to the website and they don't find it interesting
They don't
anymore,
like
they
it.
will leave it.
Yeah.
There's no loyalty in the metro
Right,
people, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, the people who are from tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 cities, they are more loyal to something.
Wow.
They will continue to play the same game over and over for years to come. But Instagram, on the other hand, or the Instagram kind of people or the metro kind of people, will quickly move from one thing to another thing.
Got it.
Do you want that kind of audience? So it's a question more you want to ask yourself. What kind of people I want to stay
Right.
or want to hold on my website? It's more like that. Yeah.
So as a company, Twitter, LinkedIn, I'm not sure. Again, I mean, it depends on the company and the product or service they're selling. But when would a company use Twitter? When would a company use LinkedIn? And what value would they get from those two?
So Twitter and LinkedIn, I think mostly companies do for the announcement. They do a lot
Product
of announcement,
launch,
product
yeah.
launch, all of those stuff. If they want to do a sales, for some reason I have seen ki Instagram does a well, there is sales happening on Instagram. YouTube not so much. I hardly see companies making using YouTube, but now there is something called as UGC content. You know what is it?
No.
User generated content.
Okay.
If you know, there's a brand called Gymshark.
Yes.
Gymshark basically makes gym clothing and
Right.
shoes and all of those stuff. Most of their content is all UGC, like a person actually making content who is the end user of their product.
And in my case, in my app, that's going to be the case.
Exactly.
So that I would use where, in which platform? UGC would be best for.
I think YouTube will also do well and Instagram will also do well.
Okay. Yes.
A number of
Yes.
videos clubbed together will give you a YouTube video, a basic video. And because nobody wants to see what your product will do, they want to see what they did for that person.
For that, yeah. It in action.
So a person, just imagine a person coming on YouTube and saying ki I used the product and I found my best friend or I found a business
Yes.
partner or my life partner through this app because it's so easy to use, and that too because that person was just maybe 200 steps further from me. So that's how convenient this app is for. So this will only work for YouTube, or this is UGC content. So you need to understand what kind of content will work for me.
Right.
Right. This is how it is. So I spoke about niche here, right? how this lady basically makes wig, right? So most of content comes from the people. So she shows basically people who are sitting in her shop who is really not happy with their hair, or maybe thinning of hair is happening, or that they will just use the wig and they will show them very happy now. Okay, so that also triggers something in the end user who is watching the video, right? So this is what you need to understand, ki what kind of emotions your product is basically catering.
Right. Right.
If you understand the emotions, now you start pointing that emotions to the people.
Right.
What kind of people? So if I want happiness, happiness can be triggered to everybody, but mostly what people are looking for, maybe single people are really unhappy. There's a lot of data you will find, there are a lot of marketing that you can do, but you will find a lot of single people not very happy. So can I just focus on just single people,
Right.
and say that you'll find someone very interesting who is just steps away from you and same city? If I do that, that will be interesting. If I find same society, how about that?
Yes.
Okay, so if I do that, will my product sell? Okay, if I do that, if I trigger this emotion, or maybe your product, maybe you can cater it as a dating app, or maybe finding a partner or finding a business.
In my case, it's finding like-minded people and within a certain location. So I like cricket. I find other people who like cricket in, say, Thane. So, and then maybe, we connect, we SMS each other, and maybe one day we play cricket in real life. So
The emotion that is being triggered is happiness, or other than that, what do you think?
or opposite of loneliness. Like I'm lonely, I don't have friends. Now I made friends within the my interest, and then we do stuff. So in the end, I'm happy, I suppose.
So even though this sounds like a very, I'm targeting the lonely people. Even though this sounds very bad, but to be honest, there are a lot of lonely people
Well,
out
I'm
there.
trying to solve that.
But this is good. This is good. We have an answer to the question that you were asking, basically. That my product is basically catering to a lonely kind of a people,
Right.
which is okay.
Yeah.
The minute you say lonely, people think of opposite gender. Do you think that?
Well, it depends, right? I mean, sure, there's that, but then I might also want to just do stuff on my common interest. I want to play cricket, right? So I need few other people. I can't play it alone by myself, right? So, and then of course dating is there. Of course, that's. But there's lots of dating apps. If I were to, if that's the case, for example, in this case, I'm trying to make people happy by alleviating their loneliness. Which platform would I go for?
It has become difficult today to find friends.
Finding friends. To keep it simple, let's say I'm helping people find friends.
Find friends. So,
which I think is very much needed because even though there's too many people, there's a population problem pretty much all over the world. People are still lonely. They're sitting in their flat, lonely, unhappy, and unable to pursue their hobbies, their interests properly. And there's nothing out there that's really catering to that very well.
Okay, so I will ask you this question. Why do you only want to target the Gen Zs when you actually know that there are 40s or 50s people who are actually very lonely and they have the money as well to spend on your app?
Sure.
Why don't you target this audience? Why do you want to just cater the Gen Zs people?
Well, we have to start somewhere, right? I mean, we can't market to everyone all on the first day. It's kind of a first day marketing choice, I would say. So, Gen Zs are, they we can cater to their interests. They have specific interests, like let's say anime or gaming or stuff like that, and then we can target, say, colleges and sort of have events there. So, I mean, you raise a good point. There's choices.
Young people have. I think they can make friends very quickly. So
Yes.
your app might do really well with the people who are bad at making friends, or are
Correct.
introvert, or are someone who do not get time to go
the
out.
thing about Gen Z is also they're very hip with this. They'll do that. 40-50 age people
but
may
that
not
is an
be.
assumption, right? Any which ways you're trying to find audience through Facebook ad.
Okay.
And if you're trying to find Facebook ad through audience, your person, the end user definitely know how to use a
I'll tell you the time when people are really lonely. Once they've finished college and they're at their first job, Because, and I went through this myself too, because what happens is, yes, when you're in the college environment, there's lots of friends, there's lots of people, you're seeing every day. Then all of a sudden you go to a job and then boom, it's gone. Your social, you're spending long hours at work, you come home tired, and you aren't seeing all these people your age all the time anymore. So that, I think, is the real
That's the kind of
sweet
people
spot.
you want to target.
Yeah, I think that would be because yeah, sure. Look, this can potentially work for any age group,
But that's the thing. Right now, what your product really needs is a clear understanding of what it wants to target.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, if it is meant for young people, it will eventually find its audience. And if it is meant for the older people, it will find it. But we have to understand what is the basic problem that your product is solving.
Right.
For us, let's say for the IPO kind of a product that we have built,
Right.
we are targeting the investing community who are mostly men. Okay, not women, men. So
Okay.
our mostly, we have to show the ads, it will be more about Harshad Mehta. It will be
Right.
more about Rakesh Jhunjhunwala.
Right.
We will. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, but mostly there are men who are investing in stock market. Okay, so if I know my target audience, and even if my demographic is, I've opened my app now, 80% of the people, my audience, are men, not
Right.
women. Okay,
Well, that's true all over the world.
exactly.
For
so
investing
if I
anyway.
understand that,
Yeah.
I will just apply that. My ads will
Right,
have
right.
the
You have
same
to
kind
go
of
where the market is.
yeah. So you have to understand where I am catering to. Even for the brand deals that we get now, most of the brands want to see the age. The men to woman ratio should be as high as possible. They don't want a 50-50 ratio. They will never accept a 50-50 ratio. They will never accept women being at a higher level. Like a percentage wise, it's not higher. Because what they understand is the men have the power of purchasing. So the purchasing power is more with the men.
Right.
Okay, even though this sounds weird, but this is how it is.
Yeah.
So that's why the brand wants to go for them.
Right.
Okay. So you have to understand who is the clear audience for me. For a woman out there making friends, whether it is easier for a woman to make friends or men to make friends, then if it is easier for a woman to make friends, then okay, I have narrowed down to men. Then what kind of men? Young men, middle-aged men,
Yeah, you have
old
to keep
people.
narrowing down.
Yeah, keep narrowing it down, and then you have a product ready for a certain section of people. And then once it get popular, people will start using it. But yeah, that's how it totally works. Like you will find
sure.
a lot of people on Tinder.
So let's talk about your app actually, because we are getting close to the end of this podcast, and also, I'd like you to have the chance to speak about all your product, video, app. You showed me that before we started, and it's quite interesting. It allows people to
check the possibility of getting an IPO.
or in getting into investing in IPO, which is not easily or basically not available in the normal demat accounts like Zerodha and all that. Usually, those you're talking about getting into an IPO just during those 3 days that it takes when it switches from being unlisted to listed, which is not available, if I'm correct, in Zerodha, right?
So you can go for an IPO. What our product is doing is basically telling you that IPO A, if you apply for IPO A, you have a higher chances of getting it rather than applying for IPO B. You were not aware of about this mathematics or this basic calculation that we just did for you.
Okay.
That A is better than B.
Okay.
B might look better than A because of the grey market premium or because of all the offerings that it, but your chances are low with B.
Because it's oversubscribed and you can't buy it.
Correct.
The shares themselves are not available for purchase.
No, it is available. You can go for the bidding, but the chances of getting the real IPO in your demat account is lower with
That's
B
what I mean.
than A. Of course, it's about the chances, but it's end of the day calculation. But that is how it is. With a limited amount of money, where you should be putting that money, A or B. You have an option to choose. So we just tell you which one to go for. That's the
So using this as a case study, which platforms will you go for in your marketing?
integration.
No, for marketing. Like
Okay, I will go.
So you also have the same thing as me, right? You want end users.
Correct.
So how would you go about that? Which would you go, Insta or?
Instagram and Facebook both.
And by Facebook you mean Facebook ads?
Facebook ads.
Not
Facebook
so
ads.
much Facebook postings, but Facebook ads.
I'll tell you what happens is we made an Instagram page. We are posting the AI version of faceless videos for our product. Okay, it's a different page altogether, and we are posting a very high quality AI videos there. And the same video, what we do is post it on. I'll show you that.
When you say AI video, what do you mean AI video?
So there's a AI voice in that.
So AI generated.
Oh, AI generated.
Okay.
But yeah, it needs editing and everything. So we have a person who is looking into the entirely everything.
Right.
Be it how to prepare, what
And
news.
probably
that-
customer success stories once you launch it.
Yeah.
You'll want to do.
Plus UGC content, a lot of UGC
yeah.
content. Yeah.
Which will be success stories probably.
Yeah. So Facebook ads. So basically, once we made that video, we'll post that same video on Instagram, same on Facebook, and same on YouTube. YouTube will go as a shorts. Facebook maybe there is an option of reels uploading, and Instagram maybe you can upload that.
Okay.
So now you're building different set of audience in all three platforms. We will never run YouTube ads.
No, Facebook will you do postings also, or will you just run ads?
We'll do posting as well, because
Sure you
end
will.
of the day, if we are just targeting the audience and we are bringing it to, because they have an option to click and see the ad is coming from this page. Okay, so if the page has a authentic organic followers as well, they'll feel that it's not a bad page. It's a genuine page that is making content and all of those stuff. So the trustability will be higher, or they might not go at all. So that is why any product out there has to build their social media organically.
So, it was Facebook, Insta, and what was the third one?
And YouTube.
YouTube.
The same video posting in all three
Will
platforms.
you do anything on LinkedIn?
It will not do well for
It won't do.
No. It will not. It will be added.
What kind of company would succeed in LinkedIn, or would use LinkedIn?
company wise? I don't think it will be people thing. Like we all
LinkedIn
three,
is for people branding.
So all three founders are on LinkedIn.
Right,
we
and
will-
build your personal brand, fine.
Yeah, and we
But not-
will talk about our product there, but it won't
maybe
be,
some UGC success stories.
Yeah, a little bit that, but I don't think product page won't be there. It will never succeed.
Okay.
I've not seen any doing well.
What about website? Do you have anything to say about building a website for both, say, a personal branding as well as company? Company, though, of course, you have to have a good website. Any?
So websites are really important. Right now, you see this becomes kind of a invitation card, or the card that basically tells people that you guys are very serious about it. And the quality of the website also determines how serious the content or these founders are about their product. So website is a super important thing, and making it an app is also equally important. Right now, the iOS app is really expensive compared to Android app. But if you can go for it, go for it. But you have to understand that downloads will be really low at the starting few years. So spending on iOS app will not be that beneficial. If you're just trying to save money on it,
Really?
Android app will be okay, because it's just one time that you pay for Android app and that's it.
But in my case, it's basically an app-driven business. The website is just informational. In my case, what would I do in terms of iOS versus Android? Should I target Android in the beginning more?
Yeah, so Facebook ads have that option as well. Just Android app ko target karne ka is an
Okay,
option.
okay.
You can do that as well. Start with Android app, see how the response is going on, and then you can go for the iOS, because iOS, of course, is very expensive.
Even the ad.
The building of application
Okay, yeah, building.
and ads as well. Okay, something that I've noticed is that the iOS device in itself, somehow Facebook will charge a little higher on that.
Okay.
A little higher, not much. But you see, start with one application. If you're doing it, go for Android. It's not that expensive. Start with the Android app and see how it is doing. Once you have that beta testing and everything going on, and then you can basically implement and change everything that you've learned from Android. You can just put it in iOS. But you can start with Android. But that's how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about email marketing? To me, that seems kind of obsolete nowadays, but maybe I'm wrong.
So email marketing is for all the content creators who think. So what happens is, Now platform has a lot of power. Okay, all of a sudden, let's say Instagram decides to not push your content. That's it for you. There's no other way of figuring out what to do, even though your content is really good. This happened with me on X. I had the X ka premium, and
Okay.
my content was doing well, but then I saw the decline of it. So I decided ki I will quit the premium version and I'll try the free version of it. I did that and my content fell like anything. Like it was not getting the views and everything. So that those powers are with the platforms. What kind of
But would they do that? I mean, obviously they do it if you're doing some sort of violating the
Yeah.
rules and guidelines and all that. But if you're not violating, why would they do that?
I don't know what happened with my Twitter account, but you
Okay.
can see a lot of people posting on Reddit that their views went down with the Xka premium if they just quit the Xka premium.
Possibly it's all this whole, Elon Musk buying it and everything
Yeah.
changing. I suppose
Yeah.
it was just kind of a glitch probably more than anything.
But that's the thing. Email marketing is for all the people who think ki, we don't want to stick to just one. We want to create a niche, or we want to create a very quality audience.
But do you get results nowadays from email
Yeah.
marketing? Really? Because
Yes.
I just delete my...
Because you don't find the quality content there. Na? Email marketing, as in what you can do is you can add a newsletter to it, and you can make it very interesting. You can make it
But the
audience
person
will
has
look
to
for.
read that also. Na? I just see the subject line and it's like, okay, it's not one of my, connections or friends or whatever, and I just boom delete. I don't even go to the.
So I
content.
have a finance friend, Shankar Nath, and he's a profile. He basically makes a newsletter. That newsletter, everybody reads it. Like the founders of Ditto is also reading that. Ditto is an insurance platform by I think I don't know maybe Flipkart or something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But a lot of people read his newsletters. Very high quality. He does a lot of research. He has
I see, I see.
is a guy who does all the newsletter ka he thing only. A special guy only for the research purpose, and he looks into it. And he has built an army with that.
Okay.
The email marketing has really worked for him like that.
Really? Okay.
So combination of newsletter will do well. So you have to understand what exactly is this doing for you.
Okay.
So newsletter will help you with the email marketing.
Well, we are running out of time. Yeah, that was wonderful. I mean, so much wonderful insights and information on all these social media channels, which is, difficult for someone who's initially getting into it to all figure out. And, I mean, sure, there's information out there, but to get it all properly in a video like this is just great. Do you have any final bit of advice for people who are, trying to build their social media, or even companies? Any?
So right now, what is there is let's say insurances. Okay, I'm selling insurances. So right now, everything has gone online. Gone are those time when the sales executive used to search for you or go offline or
Right.
track you down or go to
And
your
come
house.
to your house, yeah.
Yeah. All of those are gone. It is all about the marketing, how you do it. So
Right.
organically, you have to grow. If you want to build a brand, if you want to do that, even if you do not have a brand right now, personal branding is super important. So make content on yourself. Try to understand what you're really good at. Try with LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the easiest right now because it's all about written format. And once you're comfortable with LinkedIn, go for Instagram, go for YouTube. And one of the advice that I give young people is do not talk about your social media profile to your friends and family, because what happens is it puts you in an added pressure ki numbers are not increasing, and you just send it to them. What happens is if you send your Instagram ka video or maybe a YouTube ka video, they will maybe watch it for the first time fully completely, but
Yeah.
the second time they will watch it for the half and they will leave it. That may affect the algorithm. The algorithm might think that your video is not good. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so they will think that because the video is not good, somebody saw it for the for let's say 10 minute, and the remaining 10 minutes he didn't see it. So that may send out a wrong example, right?
Right.
So try to avoid that. Just keep posting. You will find a quality audience. Once you have 10,000, 20,000 followers on maybe any of the platform, you can talk about it with your friends, but never send them the video link or something like that. That will not work in your favor.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, that's it for this podcast. Thank you so much, Kalyan, for joining us. Kalyan's information is going to be down in the description. And also, is the name of your app, your product app?
Yeah, I'll give you everything in the description. The
Yeah,
IPO
so
picker.
if you want to learn more about his app and get into the IPO investing, that'll be in the description below. And of course, please comment and have a lively discussion about all of this. And other than that, thank you. And thank you,
Thank you,
Kalyan,
Vivek.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.